Antoinette brand. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, I like that. Be let them be pale. Let
Let
them.
them. So heavy makeup, you would describe it as caked on.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah,
so
yeah,
Let
yeah.
them be
close.
caked.
Let them
Yeah,
be
let them
caked,
be
I guess.
caked.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
absolutely
Yeah,
it.
let them be
Chelsea, you
caked.
nailed it. You nailed
Bingo
it right out
bango.
the gate.
This feels like, and I see what you did there.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, one
god.
point for
Oh
us.
It
my
is.
god.
That's right, because surprise, surprise, it's an all I see what you did there episode.
Oh God, no.
Oh
Can you imagine if I did that to both of you? If
You know
just
what? It
we,
would be fine.
no. It would be
I mean,
fun.
it would be.
If I'm
It would
being
just
real,
be.
but
I
that
don't
would be
know
a
if it would be a
lot.
good listen. It might be. It might be hard
I
for
might cry.
not us.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
and I wonder if we'd get more and more combative as it went on. Nate's like, Marie Antoinette. And we're like, Marie Antoinette.
yeah. At a certain point, it's gonna turn into what, like the Stanford prison experiment.
Yeah.
Oh
Just
my
like
God.
I'm just turning up the electricity, and you're just getting madder and madder at me. 'Cause it's like, none of this is real. Stop it. Stop torturing us. Like, no, no. Oh, number 57.
We're just crying, just sobbing. Oh, can you repeat the second part?
But you know what won't be crying? Anyone with a mouthful of hot dogs.
I don't think that that's true. Sorry.
No, it's true. They
Yes,
probably.
and never mind.
Yes, and.
Yes, and never mind. It's a good. It's a good tagline for the podcast. Yes, and never mind. Ahoy, listeners! This is Debut Buddies. It's a fortnightly podcast about firsts. My name is Nate. I am one of the buddies.
My name is Kelly. I'm an additional buddy.
I'm Chelsea, the other buddy.
And as alluded to, we're going to be talking about hot dogs and putting them in your pie hole, which is another type of contest.
I see what you did
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
You saw what I did there.
Oh,
He
In
wasn't
fact, we're
joking.
going to be talking about a
do
very
I take
specific.
a note? Oh, okay.
You should,
Okay.
but it won't help you. But you
Oh,
should.
damn.
Take notes on anything you want.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the permission.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad that I can help. We're going to be talking about a contest that has nothing to do with the contests that I used to hold to see how many hot dogs I could eat, because those didn't happen. That's a silly thing to do. It's terrible. It's a terrible idea. But instead, we are going to be talking about the first Nathan's hot dog eating contest. So get ready. It's a July 4th tradition, and it's well after July 4th when this releases.
Yeah. Wait, but when will it release? Because something's coming up in September.
It's August. It's an August app.
Okay, perfect. So we
Yeah.
have September to look forward to. Do you guys know what happens in September?
What happens?
Netflix is live streaming Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi
Oh,
competing against
Great.
each other.
okay. So
I know.
one of my notes was, do you think that they are going to team up and do like a spin-off, since they both have been outed from the big one?
Nathan's. Yeah.
Huh.
Mhm.
So they are doing it. I think it's September 2nd. I don't know. It's on my calendar.
Dope.
Great.
I'm not going to watch it though. I refuse to watch it, but I love the lore.
I love the
Yeah.
lore.
Oh, the
Love
the
the
lore
lore.
behind this is incredible. Honestly,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I had a lot of fun reading about all of this.
Yes.
It is absurd, and it's also very endearing. But let's talk about how we relate to this hot dog eating contest real quick, and maybe hot dog and food eating contests in general. So, first question: has anyone here participated in an eating contest of some kind in their life?
No, the answer to me is a quick no.
Well, I need details. So,
Okay.
specifics. No, nothing like through the what is it? Like
Oh, like a
MFL?
heat?
Yeah, the
MFL.
Major League Eating.
Yeah.
MLE?
Yeah, MLE maybe. Uh
So nothing official. Gotcha.
Nothing official, and not food, only drinking. only
Gotcha.
only
Okay.
booze.
Sure. I mean, I think we've all done something like that at some point.
Yeah, I'm not proud.
I don't even think the eating ones they're proud. I mean, they
They
are,
seem
but
proud.
man, that is rough. That is
It's
a
true.
rough one to get through.
What about you,
Both
Nate?
very rough. Yeah,
Uh,
Nate.
I I have definitely done some kinds of eating competition things that are not on this level by any means, right? But like
Okay.
friendly family and friend
Oh,
competitions
Uh-huh.
around
sure.
like eating peppers or something, right? Like let's
Oh.
Peppers,
let's
gotcha.
keep eating
Okay.
hotter and hotter peppers. Great.
Oh, you were doing hot ones before hot
Kind of.
ones.
Yeah, I just didn't have anything important to talk about, so nobody interviewed me, but I would have been
Sure.
really honest and
Yeah.
open because
Mm-hmm.
of all the capsaicin.
Makes
It's a truth
sense.
serum.
Yeah.
But we also used to do I've talked about this before, like eating Rocky Mountain oysters, stuff like that. Like I've
Oh, yeah,
I've
yeah.
done these
Mm.
sorts of things where it's like, let's try this weird thing. We're gonna eat these things. We're gonna try eating more of these until one of us gets grossed out and gives up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I can't do that.
We
Mm-mm.
definitely had like pie eating contests and stuff in elementary school. I recall that being a thing
Mm,
that would
Whole
happen at
yeah.
pies
like
or
one. Well, those
It's like
pie
the
eating
first to finish a
contests
pie,
are really
right?
just, yeah. I mean, they're just kind of like, here's a pie, finish the pie. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay.
not
First.
consume 14 pies or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, and then any restaurant that has a gimmick where it's like, can you finish this gigantic steak in however long? Like,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
always found that intriguing. I've never done it because it seems like an obvious waste of time. And
And
I
money.
mean, and
Mm.
money, and just
Unless you win.
unless you win, in which
Depends on
case
the
you're not
prize.
wasting money. You're just wasting your
Good
time and
point.
becoming uncomfortable,
Yeah.
which is kind of the whole thing. It's like, I don't want to eat so much that I'm uncomfortable. That
No.
Oh,
happens occasionally, just sort of in the action of a holiday, but I'm
Yeah,
not.
Thanksgiving,
yeah.
etc. What am I trying to ask? What's the worst one you've done? What was your least favorite thing that you've
I mean, I think
competed?
I think some of those pepper contests where it was like, habaneros up to ghost
Mm.
Mm.
peppers up to something else where
Ooh,
you're just uncomfortable for a long time afterwards, not because
yeah,
you're overly full, but because you're literally
you're
like,
in
Your
pain.
stomach's upset with you.
yeah, your stomach's upset, your throat's upset, your nose is upset, you're kind
You're
of like
just
drinking milk
sweating.
trying to get it to go away. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
It's that it's just we're not really actually built to abuse ourselves this way, I don't think. I mean, some people clearly are because we're going to talk about some truly fabulous competitive eaters on this
Yeah.
show. But
Hmm.
one wonders. One wonders what the long-term effects are of Joey Chestnut's 73 hot dogs eaten, which is the
Yeah.
most eaten at the Nathan's contest, and the fact that they boast on their website, on the Nathan's website, that is the equivalent of 16 pounds.
Oh,
Oh my God.
And then here's the kicker, or as much as 42 billiard balls. So I just want you to think like,
Oh.
one,
Oh
weird
God.
metric. It's a weird metric to go with.
hmm
It's similar to the metric where if you go to a Home Depot and you go down the toilets aisle, they'll have some that are like, this toilet could flush a basket of golf balls. And you're like, I don't know
What
about
size
this,
If someone's
but
like,
basket?
my poop is the same as a basket of golf balls. Thank God.
finally a toilet for me. The the idea that it would be like it's like 42 billiard balls.
I
Mm.
don't I don't understand why we've used this. Okay, here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, you guys can keep going, but
Are
I'm
you
going to take
Googling?
a research break to
Okay.
see if the original Nathan's location in Coney Island has like a billiards room, cuz I don't
Oh.
understand.
I think it
Oh,
gives you a visual representation in your head of how big that could be.
it's
I was
like
just thinking of a
But it
bag
said
full of.
weight.
yeah, but I think that's a
Are they
universal.
equivalently dense?
I mean, those balls are way denser than probably the hot dog, so the actual shape would probably be larger, right?
Wait, I thought the pull quote was that it weighed equivalent to that many.
Yeah, which means it would take up more space, probably, right?
It's about 16 pounds or as much as 42 billiard balls. Or as much. So is that 16 pounds or 42 billiard balls? Or is that 73 hot dogs or 42 billiard balls? This is not written in
Okay,
such a way that I
weight
don't think
of
I
billiard
don't think there's
ball.
scientific rigor here. I'm just gonna go out
And don't they
on a
lie
limb
a
with that.
lot? Isn't there like a lot of lying
Oh,
in this
yeah.
sport?
we're gonna get into I mean, without bearing the lead, let's just not bury the lead. The origins of this is a lie,
It's
right?
so
Mhm.
Like
fun.
the origin story is a lie, though it is darling. It is such a kids playing with a
Yeah.
stick and hoop down the boardwalk, and some immigrants get together and they have an argument about who's the most
Mhm.
American. And they're like, well, I'll show you. Let's go
Yeah.
over here and eat a shitload of hot dogs to prove
Oh
we're
God.
American.
It's
Well,
so
is there anything more American, I guess? I don't know.
I mean, consumption really is the most American thing possible.
and
Overconsumption.
fighting,
Yeah.
competing.
Yeah, and fighting. Uh-huh.
Okay, so 42 billiard balls does weigh about 15 pounds.
Great. There you go.
Thank you.
Now I have to call into question whether or not the original story is a story or not, because they clearly did the math.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
They-
true.
Exist in a place where science aligns with the science that we know.
Yes.
Though I gotta say, like, the idea, thinking about consuming 42 billiard balls
Oh,
in 12 seconds?
no.
In
No.
12 seconds?
It's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
10
10
minutes.
minutes. Still. Yeah. That
12 seconds.
makes
That's real quick.
Well, someone's shooting a match, so you just have to keep your mouth open.
So it would be like a baseball, one of the baseball things, right? It
Yeah,
would have to
yeah.
be, but they'd
It's a
have to
pitching
just be
machine.
so
Just-
consecutive.
Just-
Ugh.
you're clockwork orange with your mouth open instead of your eyes, and they're just firing billiard balls into
Oh
your
my
mouth.
God.
And you just gotta keep swallowing.
There would be way more deaths. in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
This is a
competition.
good point.
He drowned in what? Hot dogs, if you can believe it.
Neither of you did any competitive eating or have any real connection to it, though.
I have no connection to competitive eating, but I have a big connection to, well, not a big connection, but I've been not obsessed, but the person that I find most inspirational since like 2014, 2015 was Kobayashi. And anytime somebody was like, who would you want to meet if you want to meet anyone? And I always said him because of a Freakonomics podcast that came out that talked
Oh.
about him rethinking the way of how to approach eating hot dogs.
The
And I was like, this is the
Solomon
most inspiring
technique
thing
or
I've ever
whatever.
heard in my entire life. And I was like obsessed with it for so long. And anytime someone brings up like, who do you want to meet? Who do you want to, I was like, honestly, I've never, like the way he thought about it, phenomenal. I can't even, I don't know how far we're going to get into it. So I don't want to like give away a bunch of stuff about how amazing he is, but holy shit, that guy is amazing.
We can talk about it now. I was going to ask you specifically if you use the Solomon method.
When I eat hot dogs, absolutely not. Do you know what the Solomon method is, Kelly? You made a face.
I do, but I made the face because my Yelp page started playing audio and I
Okay.
I panicked. Sorry, go on. Tell
I
me
do
more
not
about
use
the
the Solomon
Solomon
method when I eat because I enjoy when I have hot dogs. I do enjoy them like a normal person.
Yeah.
And I eat them slowly, and I eat like one in 10 minutes instead of
Yeah.
double digits. But I just like the way that he thought about it as a sport and not necessarily as like eating, and just the way not thinking about, I just have to eat one more hot dog than the person behind me. And that's like just how everyone thinks of most sports, is I just got to be a little bit faster than the best person. But the way he thought about it was just like, how can I do the best?
Yeah.
And like people didn't matter, whoever did what didn't matter, and he doubled it on his first go. So 25 was the record, he did 50, and like no one got close to him until there was a bear,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
a bear beat him. So like, but just like his entire thought process to it, and just rethinking how to do it, and just being like, oh, you have to see it as like, I'm not just eating, it's not about just eating one more, like how more can I fit into my stomach? You have to see it as a sport, and you're training for a sport. And I was like, what? And I just like, it just like, I don't know, completely blew my mind. And he also like was on, because you asked about like, what does that do to your stomach? He was on a Netflix documentary about gut health And he did go through a bunch of tests and his gut health is okay, but it was like he's sad because he can't enjoy food anymore because it's like he never gets satiated. So like he's trying really hard to counteract that, which is why I was shocked about the thing in September. And I was like, oh, I thought you were retiring so you could take care of yourself so you could learn how to enjoy food again. And then
Yeah,
I
that
saw that and I was
Netflix
like, well, I
paycheck,
get it.
though.
It's you and Joey Chestnut finally getting together, doing that thing that you haven't done in so long. And I want to support both of you because they're both wonderful competitors. And I don't know. Once again, love the lore. Tried to watch a video of them eating, immediately shut it off and was like, nope, we'll continue to read all about them and support them as much as I can. I never want to see that again. No, thank you.
That was my question for you guys. Have you watched the 4th of July competition? I never have.
I have a couple of times.
Yeah, a couple times.
Because it was just like on ESPN all the time, and it's okay, sure. And it's really, I mean, it's very brief because it's only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Felt like 10 seconds to me, but it's 10 minutes.
So do people, is it like, I'm imagining that a bunch of people sort of quit pretty early on, and then the last like 3 minutes are really like nail biting. Is that accurate or no?
It depends on the year.
Oh, sure.
I think without...
it's like a horse race in that the leaders sort of stand out
pull away
pretty quickly. Yeah, they pull away, and then you have all of the, the interesting rules around the contest that, there are violations that you can have, which include, so they issue penalty cards. They're yellow cards if you're messy. If you're just like, well, because, I mean, ultimately, if you're messy, you're throwing a bunch of material around, so you're not actually eating the whole thing. You're kind of cheating.
Well, but what about these people who are dunking? Does messy count that you're just getting water everywhere?
Well, I would hope not, because you're not actually moving the food around. I mean, I feel like the dunking practice is pretty common at this point, but I mean, I haven't watched it in a few years either. And then the other thing is the reversal of fortune is what they call it.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure, and I don't recall, but I feel like more often than not, people slow down, right? The reason why Chestnut and Kobayashi are so renowned is because they literally have never had to slow down. There's never been a point where it appears that they are no longer able to eat, where normal people are like, they hit 30, 35, something like that, and they start tapping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You start doing that thing where it's like, okay, they're slowing down, and they're slowing down either because they have to hold everything back so they don't reverse fortune, or they're trying to pace themselves, because I also imagine
because their blood pressure shot up.
Oh my God.
I'm saying,
yeah.
like, I can't imagine you not like going through a panoply of physical experience.
Yeah.
Depending on one, it's July 4th. You're outside. It's the East Coast. If it's hot, I don't care how many fans and misters they have on you. You hit a certain point, you're gonna be maybe seeing spots.
Yeah.
Feeling faint and trying to just keep going with this thing, which is bananas.
Probably. I wonder if they're taking like shallower breaths. Like, are we getting enough oxygen while we do this? Or are people passing out?
Could they do really well at playing instruments? Or are they breathing through their nose while they're shoveling food in?
Yeah, they need
should
to
all
learn
be
circular
bassoonists.
breathing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Maybe have we asked them? Is that why Kobayashi and Chestnut are so good? Because they
practice music on
they
their own
breathe
time.
better.
Oh, they're breathing, yeah.
They've both what's the thing where you put a hole in your head?
Oh, I forget.
I used to know that word.
It's releasing the pressure, or lobotomy? What? No, that's that way.
Well, there was the thing was, it's kind of like a third eye treatment thing. It is supposed to maybe release pressure in your skull, but they also used it as a activate your third eye thing. But that would be funny if they were breathing through a hole in their head, like a blowhole sort of scenario, which would make sense. Then you can eat like a fish or bird. Just
oh God.
Oh gosh.
They're like, you were joking about the pitching machine, but actually we think it's a good idea.
It might work. So every July 4th, Coney Island, Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs, Who is the Nathan behind Nathan's famous hot dogs? Kelly.
Didn't write down his last name, but I did write down his promoter's name because it made me laugh. It was Morty. He goes by Morty.
Oh,
Matz is his last name.
Morty Matz.
Morty Matz, and he's the bro who made up the legend. I don't remember Nathan's last name.
It's Handworker.
Oh.
Now, when I was in my teens, there was a certain point where I might have done some handworking contests of my own. You know what I'm saying?
So for the listener, when Nate said the last name, he was already doing a shit-eating grin. So Chelsea and I just paused, waiting for whatever was going to happen next.
I don't know what you're talking about. Look, young men like to play with tools, and you have to practice by yourself.
Carpentry.
Often.
Do you get it? Because carpentry is wood. You get it.
So yeah, Nathan Handwerker is a Jewish Polish immigrant. He comes to New York in 1912, and he's working at the Feltman's German Gardens restaurant in Coney Island, and then he opens himself a hot dog business with their life savings of $300.
Yep.
what is that in today's money?
That would be $7,000.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Not
So-
gonna get to cut down my trees for less than that. So
So yeah, opens this restaurant, and that's when I guess I don't know, they have a good restaurant. They got a hot dog place.
nice.
It's famous. They
Well-
brand it
That's
as
true.
famous, but it's also
Smart.
famous. It's one of those things. It's like the barn in White Noise. I don't. Both of you have read White Noise or
Read it.
No.
the book? Because there's a movie with Adam Driver. They don't
I've
really
watched
talk about
them.
the barn. They don't really talk about the most photographed barn in that movie. I don't remember it being featured.
Okay.
But there's a whole bit where they go.
The
they want to
horror
check.
movie?
No, the Don DeLillo movie that was made by
Okay, that
Greta
makes more
Gerwig's
sense
husband.
with what you're saying. Okay. I 100% thought about the horror movie about white noise and demons coming through the white noise. Okay, we're back.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
you.
Nope, this is not
Like
a.
I got afraid of fans for a while, but
This
that's
wasn't
fine.
a Never Show the Monster crossover. It just
Rats.
flexing the diminishing value of my English degree. The book has a scene about the most photographed barn
Hmm.
in the United States. They go, the two main characters, well, the main character's best friend, go to this barn to see it. And they watch all these people photographing it. And they start to discuss whether or not the barn would ever be photographed if it wasn't labeled the most photographed barn, right?
Oh.
That it's, and what I'm getting at is Nathan's famous hot dogs. Are they famous because they were, or because we called them famous and they became famous because everybody was like, let's go to the famous place?
It says it's famous.
Should we change our name
Yeah.
to
Famous buddies.
famous Davy Buddies? Rich Davy Buddies?
Yeah, I'm like
Number one best famous podcast.
financially
Yeah, perfect.
independent buddies.
I actually kind of like that. We'll just officially change it to number one best famous podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, no, for phone book reasons. AAA number one famous
There we go.
podcast. We're going to be at the front of the book.
Perfect.
Everyone will see that and be like, this has to be good.
And
you can't take on all that stuff if you're not good.
For our younger listeners, a phone book is a book of phone numbers.
And a phone number is a thing that you used to have to remember, and then you would tap
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and you would often have to talk to your friend's parents briefly because they
Ooh,
only had
weird.
one phone. It's a whole thing.
I also liked the lore that they, or lore isn't the right word, the esteem they generated when they opened their restaurant, Nathan and his wife, because they undercut his original employer's hot dog price. Original employer selling them for 10 cents. Nathan, Frankfurters. I don't know what happened in my brain.
Close.
Selling them for 5 cents. But then people were like, ooh, we already feel a little wishy-washy about hot dogs. I don't know about these 5-cent dogs. So they hired people to wear like doctor coats and scrubs to hang out and eat hot dogs to like
Genius.
make people trust them.
Yeah, look at how healthy we are.
Wow.
It was literally the first
So
4 out of
impressed.
5 doctors recommend
Exactly.
Love.
without saying it.
Yeah, clever, you guys.
So the official first hot dog contest happens in 1972. That is the first time that we have anything on the books. The current contest is sanctioned under Major League Eating, the MLE, and the International Federation of Competitive Eating, the IFOCE.
Which
Oh.
I had no idea we had these governing bodies.
They both existed since 1997, so you have no excuse.
I guess not. Also, that means that we were just so they came in to this well-established hot dog eating competition and they were like, "We make the rules now, Nathan." Like kicked him out of
I
the
mean,
way.
granted, he was dead.
Well, then he
long
rolled
dead.
over in his grave, like
But he
so many
did.
hot
He
dogs on a
absolutely
spit.
did. Like so many hot dogs on that Turner thing at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
The thing that's interesting, it's these governing bodies feel similar to the way like private equity comes in and they're just like, hey, we've bought the hospital system. We're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, hey, this is popular. How do we make it seem more important and authoritative? Well, what if we have a bunch of rules so that only certain people can compete? Which is part of our issue now. Part of the reason why Chestnut and Kobayashi are doing their Netflix thing in September is because you have to be under contract with Major League Eating to compete in the contest now.
Which that sucks.
Free Kobe, am I right?
It's very like, hey, we're going to exploit you one way or the other, right? I don't know what that contract is. It's not like I was able to find it anywhere, but I'm sure it's not good. It's not going to be, it's not going to benefit the eater.
No, certainly not.
That's not how those work.
Does any of this benefit the I mean, the money will, but like the actual action. I guess if that's all sports. Who am I?
What is the monetary prize for this?
A belt. Do they have a monetary?
They do have a monetary prize, or at least they did at some point.
Starting in 2007, they've been giving out cash prizes. They also have done partnership things. So like in 2004, Orbitz, if you remember Orbitz, the travel website, gave travel packages to the winner.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, the big things that they really talk about that I was able to even find was there is a mustard yellow belt that the male winner gets, and there's a bejeweled pink belt that the female winner gets, because starting in 2011, there's also a female competition.
They're both bejeweled, for the record.
They are both bejeweled. This is true, yes.
But yeah, when I read that, I was like, yellow belt, got it, mustard, of course. And then when I saw pink, I was like, you fucking... I'm so mad at the patriarchy right now. No, it's Pepto-Bismol sponsored. It is Pepto-Bismol pink. Not because you're women, pink.
I feel like I deserve that just because I'm their biggest fan.
Yeah, they were like, this one goes out to Chelsea Hollander.
Thank you. I will take it.
You're drinking a Pepto and whiskey right now, right?
Exactly.
Your favorite cocktail.
It
unfortunately it is also
the acid
reason.
reflux and then soothes it at the same time.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. It's a yin yang beverage. Yeah, so they have 20 contestants at one of these competitions. You can be, as long as you're under contract, you can be any past champion. So literally anybody who's still under contract with MLE and has at one point won the contest. Somebody who's 90 years old and won in the 80s could come back. They could be like, I want to eat. And they'll be like, yes, you're in the field of 20.
Let them.
Yeah.
Let them
eat. You can also be a winner of a regional qualifying contest for that season.
Yeah.
So literally just like you make your way through the elementary school level and then the state, county, and then state, and then regionals. And then, which I kind of wish there was a documentary about that. I'm sure there might be. It might not be very good, but I'm compelled to see the sort of American Idol-esque rise of a group of people
my
who are
God.
nobodies who are trying to ascend to the point of getting to this.
Copyright, copyright, copyright.
That's right. This belongs to us now. If you make it, you owe us 25% of the
That
money you
seems
make.
fair.
I think that's very fair. There's
Thanks.
individuals who could be wild cards, which are high scorers without winning. So anybody who did really
Yeah.
well but never won anything. And then the MLE can issue special invitations. So I would assume that future contests may include sort of mukbangers who are on the internet, who maybe have a
Yeah,
huge
maybe.
following. It would really be smart for MLE to do that. And what I would like you both to do is write mukbang down, because you might see what I did there.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't need to write this down.
okay, I'll put it down. Kelly, you keep that in your brain then.
I got it. I
So-
wonder, are people who are fans of mukbangs, are they big watchers of this, or are they like, I don't like
Great
I'm in
question.
it for the art. I hate that they've sportified it.
I mean, I think that's a good question.
Good
right?
point.
There's got to be, I think if capitalism has taught us nothing, it's that these things will have to meet at some point, right?
Yeah.
If there is popularity in a thing and popularity in another thing, and they
Yeah.
have ever so little in common, but just one unified, hey, food, they're gonna try to do it, right? It may not be, it may be a total flop, it may be a super bust, but there's a part of me that thinks like 2028, we've got that, right?
Yeah.
Where that's a thing. It's like, boom, here you go. Everybody enjoy. Now that's assuming we still have food in 2028. Maybe we don't. Maybe there's no food
Yeah.
anymore.
The bumblebees
Oh.
don't impact hot dogs, do they?
Well,
not
Kelly,
bumblebees
you'd be
anyway, is
surprised. Hot dogs are 50% bumblebee.
No, I'll be
Oh.
franks, the cows, they eat plants. We need the
Wait,
bees.
is Nathan's all beef?
I think so. I think that's
Yeah.
the big thing.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, and
Yeah.
honestly, with the amount of competition involved, it's all beef.
Maybe we can get Drake and Kendrick to come. They can be special guests.
That should be the thing, right?
Yeah.
I want the
Surely
burns
big.
Kendrick comes up with when Drake inevitably wins the hot dog eating contest, and he gets to be like, "Yeah, look at how many dicks you can fit in your mouth, asshole. Get out of
Oh
here."
my god.
And Drake will be like, "I'm from Canada. Where the children
you would
at?"
already be against him because you're trying to be the most American?
Most patriotic,
Mhm.
Oh.
Mhm.
which I guess you can, maybe he can get up there and sing "Oh Canada." That's pretty patriotic just for a different country.
It's true.
Mm.
It's true. Patriotism isn't,
It's not a good
required to
look
be.
these
Yeah.
days.
No,
either.
I mean, hey,
No.
we
Ooh.
don't want to get into that already, do
Nope.
Yeah.
We gotta
Um,
save it for the outro.
The contest has changed in length over the years, so it was 12 minutes when it started in 72. It has been only 3.5 minutes at periods of time during the history. And then since 2008, it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Has anybody, okay. I didn't look into little things that have happened. Has anybody had to be given the Heimlich during it?
I
It
don't
feels like that
know.
had to have happened. There's no way.
I never saw anything about that, but that is really interesting because you would think someone had to have had an incident. But that's also exactly the
Yeah.
kind of thing that they're going to cover up with every
good point.
opportunity, right?
Very good point.
Yeah, the Wikipedia has a year by year chart of who won, and many of the competitions have a notes section, and I'm not finding Heimlich or choke.
It just feels like you're eating so fast.
I know, but I guess maybe they've been training.
Good.
And also, I
Oh.
mean, if we look at the
How many
history,
people did we lose to
they're not
training
eating
for
that
this?
fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess not. 73 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Was
No,
that
it's-
the
That's not
latest?
that, but that's fast.
73 hot dogs in
It's-
10
they
minutes
swallow.
is
Seven-
very
Just
fast.
the hot dog.
What
I'm
I'm saying
trying
is
to-
like the early winners where it's like 17,
10 hot dogs.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
10, 12, something
Yeah.
like that. That's not that fast. I mean, it's still gross, and I think any normal person sitting down
Should
and be
not
like,
eat
I
that
would
much.
like to
Yeah.
do this, you would be like, no, this is a horrible idea.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do it. So there's a designated scorekeeper for each contestant. That person is responsible for keeping count. If you have a partially eaten hot dog, they add eighth hot dog numbers to everything. So someone could have, say, 68.125 hot dogs, and that would be part of their record.
Which is
If you
so
have
funny.
hot dogs still in your mouth when the clock ends, when regulation is over, as long as you swallow them, they count.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's a strategy right there. You're like, hey, I'm going to die. And then you're just
Yeah.
like, let's put 15 of them in there and just
All at
That's
once.
when the Heimlich
start
would be
gagging.
needed. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the last
That's,
moment. And there was the
Ugh.
year that Kobayashi may or may not have thrown up a little bit
yes.
in that moment where he's like trying to get the last mouthful down. So there has been some like touch and go moments.
That was and that was a controversial moment. They ruled it as not a reversal of fortune, but it was a very close call because he would have been disqualified immediately.
Wait, so did it happen, but he took it upon himself to take it back down?
That's my suspicion, but I did not watch a video.
I would not want to watch it. No, thank you.
No. If there's a tie, then they do a 5 hot dog eat off.
Yep.
To see who can do it the quickest. If there's a tie after the eat off, there is a sudden death.
Yeah.
For eating just one more hot dog in the fastest time, which seems absurd, but also feels very torturous, right? Like, you're both overfull. You're probably like, there's like, you have to imagine someone's like head cocked back, and there's just kind of hot dogs like trying to peek out,
like
and
a
you're
sword
like,
swallower,
right? You just like push it back down.
You use the hot dog to sort of plunge everything.
Listeners, you should not see any of the hand gestures that I'm
this
making.
is not good.
You can imagine
classic stuff. Yeah. You can imagine.
Ugh.
Do you want to imagine?
Gross.
No, everyone's
Go to the
turning this
Patreon.
off. Oh, God.
Man, Nate's two kinks: teeth and hot dogs.
It's true. Yeah. So then they declare a winner. They bring out a new plate with the hot dogs that person ate to display it, so everybody can see. Look at this bullshit that just happened.
So they don't bring out
And
billiard
this is
balls?
just the winner. Yeah, they don't bring out billiard balls. They showed.
God, and in the early days, what you won were coupons for more hot dogs.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I guess you've got a family to feed.
Oh, you already like these? Well, have more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Simpsons episode when Homer eats the soul donut and he goes to hell. And he's like, oh, you like donuts? Have all the donuts in the world. They strap him in and he just keeps doing it.
I feel like did he do okay with that?
He was happy. He's very happy.
It seems good for him.
Yeah, that's great. The belt, the mustard yellow belt that is bejeweled is, quote, of unknown age and value, according to the International Eating Body's co-founder, George Shea. And that belt stays in the country of its owner, which I assume that means whoever won it previously. And then, there's the pink belt for the women's competition for Pepto.
Is there a big difference in how many the women eat and how many the men eat?
Yes, dude.
Oh,
it is crazy. So in 2023,
the women eat more.
No. About half as many. Well, not quite half. In 2023, Joey Chestnut ate 62, and the woman who won.
Okay, wait, no, you can't tell me Joey Chestnut because that's not fair. Who's
the next one down was not that far off, if I remember correctly. And the winning woman that year ate 39.5.
Okay.
Yeah. When Sonia Thomas wins in 2011, she eats 40 hot dogs in 10 minutes. She wins that Pepto pink belt and $10,000. So
Mhm.
that gives you a little idea, right? $10,000, buy a lot of hot dogs.
That is not going to cover your ambulance when you have a heart attack.
I mean, it might cover just the insurance copay of the
Oh,
ambulance to
maybe.
the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll cover the ER.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Should we talk about real history? Should we talk about the fictional history a little bit?
Let's do
Both
the
at the
fictional
same
history and then.
Great. Yes, both at the same time. Okay, Kelly, you start with
That's because
fictional history. I'll start with the regular history.
This is
The Nathan's hot dog
Kobayashi's
eating
thing.
contest
We
has
snap it
been
in half.
held at
Parallel processing.
That's right. We're doing it. Okay, so
That was
fake
great.
history.
Loved that.
Fake history of the contest. So it is according to legend that on July 4th of 1916, 4 immigrants, you hear that? Presidential candidates trying to kick out immigrants, held a hot dog eating contest at the Nathan's famous hot dog stand on Coney Island to settle an argument on who was the most patriotic. Which of us has, and here's the thing that I think about when I think of who's the most patriotic. In 1916, my thought is it's more of a who is giving
hates the
America
British more?
better.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who's
Like,
serving America?
yeah, yes. Who is able to show, oh yeah, I'm conforming. I'm fitting in. Who's fitting in the most?
Gotcha. Yep.
Just because I don't want to leave this in a cute place. Like, oh man, we're so patriotic. It's like, no. The guy that wins is an Irishman named Jim Mullen, purported to have won this contest. One account describes Jimmy Durante, the singer with a prominent nose and a hat that Dan Aykroyd had at one point or another. He might have competed in an all-immigrant contest as well.
Notably not an immigrant.
No, notably not an immigrant. And notably also not true, because this is all made up.
Yeah.
So
What?
another co-founder describes the event as beginning in 1917, and it featured Mae West's father, Jack, facing off against entertainer Eddie Cantor. Right?
So wait, so he also, part of the legend is that Eddie Cantor and Sophie Tucker hosted it.
Yeah,
or
they were judging the Jimmy Durante one, and that they judged the original. Yeah.
Wait, they did judge the original?
No, that's the rumor.
That's the rumor. Okay.
Yeah. Because what you need this nonsensical idea of binge eating for pride to be backed by famous people.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's Nathan's famous.
Yeah.
So of course famous people would be there.
And like really famous, like performers who would do something like this though. So like this is a well-crafted legend.
It's very smart.
It's very smart. Good
like,
job.
Let's take these loungy kind of people who are cool and have a very New York vibe, right? They're New Yorkers or they're people who have been styled in a New York-esque energy by Hollywood, and they are here to be like, eat some dogs.
Yeah. I also really like the touch of Mae West's dad.
Yeah.
Because we're like, Mae West is hot shit right now. So how do we leverage her? She can't have performed for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
So
there's absolutely
I don't know, it was her dad.
We're not taking this sex symbol and insinuating that she consumed a bunch of hot dogs. That's not okay.
That's no one would like that.
But her dad, man.
Have you seen him? He'd eat a hot dog or two.
He'd eat a hot dog. Come up and eat me sometime? Is that?
Yeah.
Did Mae West come up and see me sometime?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Is that someone else? Anyway, look. Nathan also made the spurious claim that the contest had been held each year since then, except for 1941, because they were protesting the war in 41, and 71, because there was political unrest in the United States due to Vietnam. Yeah,
I mean, excellent legend. Great storytellers.
Yeah. Yeah, we're crafting a very MAGA concept,
Yeah.
which is
Mhm.
we're always thinking about America, and hot dogs and eating them is about America.
Right.
Aren't we
This is so
awesome?
wholesome, and it's where dreams are made of. New York, the city where dreams are made of. Like,
Yeah. We're never sleeping. We're only eating hot dogs all
yeah.
night.
I'm getting less and less patriotic as this episode goes on, if I'm being honest with y'all.
I mean, hey, look, every time we start an episode, we have an hourglass of patriotism, and it's just grains of sand draining out slowly. Over the years, the legend grows. Eventually, the New York Times and some other publications repeated that 1916 listing, even though there was absolutely no evidence that that was true.
Yeah.
But hey, New York Times has said a lot of stuff.
They're still doing it. Not just the New York Times. I went to read I wasn't sure what was going on with Joey Chestnut, so I went to read that, and whatever article I read cited the 1913 start date. And I was like, "What? This is from 2 weeks ago. This is in the Wikipedia."
Yeah. Like literally all you had to do was Google twice to find out this was
that's it.
incorrect. In 2010, Morty Matz admitted to having made that legend up. He said, hey, there's a man named Max Rosie in the early 70s, and it was all part of a publicity stunt because we needed this thing to seem like it was a legacy, even though we were starting it in 1972.
Was that a deathbed confession? Like, what?
I mean, he's a Highlander, so he's still with us.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Why he tell us
Right.
that then? Keep that secret.
I think, he felt like the quickening was coming. He doesn't want to.
Oh, sure.
Look, or maybe there's just the hot dogs are made of stuff. People have regrets. I get it.
I guess so. Yeah, is he vegetarian now, maybe?
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
That would be
I
good.
mean, that's what Joey Chestnut's going towards.
Yep.
So. And Kobayashi did say he was quitting to find a healthier hot dog.
Specifically a hot dog? He wanted a
there was
healthier
one
hot
article
dog?
that ended with quitting to find a healthier hot dog. And I was like, that doesn't seem correct.
Do you mean
but he did
maybe
go
it meant
on that-
metaphorically?
I think so. I think metaphorically. But I think he is.
I need to find a healthier metaphorical hot dog. Is the metaphor about the competition? Is it about the hot dog itself?
Tell me.
Is it about our human need to transcend, to climb, right? It's like, I feel like anyone does this for the same reason they climb Everest, right? Or they hop in a tin can and try to see the Titanic.
Hubris.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, look, I only got one life, and if I'm not gonna get to the mountaintop or to the bottom of the trench, what's it for? You know?
50 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. America.
Oh, God.
So in reality, it starts in 1972.
Wait, so Everest isn't in America, so hot dog is our Everest?
Oh, yeah, that feels right.
Hot dogs
Yeah.
are the American Everest. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cool. Patriotism. I'm going to turn this hourglass upside down. I got that patriotism again.
We're back. Chelsea's back. Everything's going to be fine. Yeah, so it actually starts in 72. It's usually connected to Independence Day. However, it's been on Memorial Day and Labor Day at points of time in the 70s. It basically is just kind of hanging out. Your 70s winners. Your first hot dog winner in 1972 is a guy named Jason Schechter. And Jason eats 14 hot dogs in 3.5 minutes.
Ew. I mean, sorry. That was just...
It's a lot in 3.5 minutes.
We've been talking about way more. I don't know when my brain why that was really gross.
Because 3.5 is so short. The hot dog per second rate is very high.
Yeah.
No, the first winner was a gal. So there were 2 competitions in 72. And the one you were describing was later in the year. Well, I don't remember. One was Memorial Day, one was Labor Day. Couldn't tell you which comes first.
Jason was Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Melody Andorfer was on Labor Day.
Sick last name, by the way.
Yeah.
She had an interesting story. Did you guys read more about her?
No, tell me everything.
So after she won this, she was okay. First of all, hold on. There was an injustice I wanted to mention. The guy who won on Memorial Day, he won a coupon for 40 additional hot dogs.
40 more hot dogs, yep.
And our gal won a paper crown.
Yeah. She also received
I'm just gonna throw my
belt.
hourglass against the wall now.
She got a belt similar to the one awarded to recent winners in 2021.
Okay.
Which she had to petition for. She had to like,
Aw.
y'all, where is my belt? I demand a belt. I won.
Mhm.
And she like ended up being this odd poster child for this event and other things. Like she just sort of got scooped up as like hot dog queen, and
Oh, okay.
they like paraded her around in a bathing suit. Obviously,
She was
Okay.
18 when
1972.
she won. She was an 18-year-old community activist from Astoria, Queens.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the interview with her after she won, she was like, what did they ask? They asked like, were you hungry? And she's like, no, I had a full breakfast that morning. I had eggs and ham and a full glass of orange juice. And after the competition, she went out and had a full lunch. And the thing about this is that in all of the news articles I read, they mentioned her weight. So,
Oh.
and she's just little. She's a tiny, tiny girl. But I thought it was interesting how, like, this is the mukbang origin story.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, sure,
yeah.
sure. Yeah, because they talk about the guy that won. He's a bigger dude.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, and he asked her out on a date
Oh,
because,
they have so
or
much
I
in
guess
common.
not the guy who won. So in the early days, the men's and women's competitions weren't split. They were all just in one competition. And the guy who came in second place to Andorfer asked her out.
Hmm.
And I don't know if she said yes.
He was 19, and
Oh.
his name was Gary Silverman of Brooklyn.
Cute.
He ate
Aw.
10 hot dogs.
Oh.
How many did she eat? 14, was it?
She ate 12.
12.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We also have a winner from 1967, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
This version of the contest was held on June 30th to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the invention of the hot dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
And a gentleman named Walter Paul ate 17 hot dogs in 1 hour in 60 minutes.
Do you think Jake Paul and Logan Paul are descendants of Walter Paul?
I assume
Yeah.
so, yeah.
It feels right.
Yeah,
right?
it does. It really does.
Absolutely.
I also like the reporting on that. He ate 17 in an hour, but all of the reports were like, in an hour flat.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Not a
look,
second over.
it seems fast if you say
that's
that.
a lot. That's a lot.
It's still, yeah, it is still an unsafe amount of food to consume in an hour. You shouldn't do it. Don't do
Oh
it.
my goodness. Don't do it.
No. Nope.
I do like that the Wikipedia has a note beneath that hour flat quote that says, it is not immediately clear if he ate the buns with the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Which
That makes
is-
sense.
An important caveat, but one that feels meaningless in this context.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know if 50 some years ago
Yeah.
he ate the hot dogs without the buns.
This is why we needed a governing body.
It's true. It's true. Where were these? Where was MLE in 1967? It took them
rules,
30
people.
more years to get their asses in gear.
Well, they had to think about all these edge cases.
It's true.
What about the buns?
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, right, like Sir Mix-a-Lot comes along, that whole,
Mm.
bun requisite movement begins.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it changed history.
Is that the tagline for Nathan's? We ain't
Mhm.
we ain't want none unless you got buns.
It should be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, other than,
I
I guess
agree.
maybe they don't want to turn off the keto people or the gluten-free people.
Well, for the competition, does the competition what if you're
Requires
gluten free?
What?
You got to have buns. You got to have
Okay,
buns.
but do they
You
have
need a
gluten free?
bun?
I don't think.
buns?
I don't know. I mean, They
Are
probably
there regulation
would,
buns?
but I there has to be, right? Because like the gluten-free buns are going to be inherently denser. Like gluten-free bread is almost always like heavier weight.
Yeah.
So you're going to lose just based on
Hmm.
that if you have to eat the buns.
Hmm.
Is it just like you're gonna have to deal with the gluten for it depends on like if you have celiac, maybe don't do it. But if you're just like gluten intolerant, you already knew you were gonna have a bad day.
True.
So
Yeah.
you're just gonna
Yeah.
have like a little bit worse.
You
So,
you went
yeah.
in, you knew what you were doing.
It's already
Are
gonna be
there
bad.
are there
Maybe
any
it's to help.
Wait, what do you mean maybe it's to help?
Because maybe you need it to get out quicker.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
fair, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a sort
Maybe
of
it's actually helpful.
spiritual lubricant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get the-
God, I have really been looking for I guess it's not a reversal of fortune. A forward of fortune.
yeah, it's just an expedition
forward
of
of
fortune,
fortune.
right? We just want to
Yeah.
let's just kick fortune into gear. Let's give
Are there any
fortune a
rules
little
against
bump,
that?
and we'll do one of those fast motion montages where fortune's getting down.
Oh God.
So yeah, so the competition is largely that. It's like numbers in the teens to maybe 20s for a while. They get into the 30s, I think, and then in the 1990s and early 2000s, they start having Japanese contestants at the hot dog eating contest, particularly Kobayashi, who wins 6 straight from 2001 to 2006. So in 2001, he doubles the previous record of 25 and a half by eating 50.
Which I
What
can't.
an amazing.
Then he starts using the Solomon method, which is the thing he invents where you break the hot dog in half, pop that in, and then chase that motherfucker with the bun.
Yeah.
With the wet bun.
With the wet bun.
Mm-hmm.
Dipping being, or dunking.
So
being
gross.
Dunking.
And then he has a Kobayashi wiggle.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
There are some people who jump up and down to try to get the food to go into the stomach faster. There are others who wiggle side to side, saying that sort of wiggle waggles it
Makes
in.
him.
Ha. And those have fun names. Like they're known moves. The one where you jump up and down is called the Charlene Pop. And wiggling back and forth is called Buns and Roses. There's also a name for a cheating move where you throw the bun over your shoulder,
Yes.
which is called Juliet-ing.
Oh.
But I don't.
Is that because is there a Juliet that had thrown them?
Maybe it was
Like
a
a
specific
contestant?
person. I was thinking
Yeah.
Romeo and. Yeah, maybe Juliet invented cheating.
I mean, Juliet doesn't take poison, actually. Is that?
Oh.
No, she does.
Well, she does
But
later, but she takes sleeping pills, basically.
essentially.
And
yeah.
then she has to take poison. Well, stab
Right.
herself or shoot herself in the head, depending on the version.
What?
Of the
It
thing
depends
that
on
you
which
Spoiler.
movie you watch. Yeah, sorry.
Spoilers for
news.
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my God, guys.
From
I thought
the
we weren't like that.
1400s? Is that?
Let's see. There's an extravagant stage presentation. There's a public weigh-in before the competition with New York's mayor.
And the contestants like dress up and
Like pro
talk
wrestling.
shit. It feels very pro wrestling. Like that's so fun. That's so fun. I want to watch that. Will that be
Is that part?
on Netflix?
I don't know, but
Okay.
I wonder if they'll do that.
I'm gonna watch the start of the live stream and then I'm gonna wait until the end. I'm gonna just look
You're
away.
like,
It's
set
10
a-
minutes, so
yeah,
I'm just
set a
gonna
timer for
watch the
10.
beginning, change it over, set my timer, and then turn back.
Go watch the Puppy Bowl where they eat a bunch of hot dogs, come back, see who won.
That'll be cute. That's
Yeah.
fine.
They're gonna romp
Watching little
around. They're gonna
animals,
play
maybe
with
a
it.
little turtle, seeing a turtle
Aw,
eat stuff. I watch
yeah.
those videos. I don't want to see a human eat. No, thank you. Gross.
In 2013, Joey Chestnut arrived on stage in a sedan chair, which
Yeah.
is basically the enclosed chair that has poles on either end so that other people can lift you up on their shoulders and carry you in,
Yeah.
royalty style.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's uh Gross, but funny.
Oh, did we talk about in 2010? Whenever, wait, when did Joey Chestnut get there? You said 2013? He got there 2007?
Yeah, I think he gets there. 2007 is
And then
when
they have a
Kobayashi has
rivalry.
the questionable reversal of fortune incident.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotcha.
And then I think it's maybe '08 that Chestnut starts bopping in. And then it's a real competition for a little while.
In
Yeah.
2010, Kobayashi gets arrested because he's not allowed there, right?
Yeah, he jumped on stage at the end of the competition. He said that he was jumping up to congratulate the winner,
Yeah.
Which was Chestnut.
which
Yep.
was Chestnut. And I think that no charges were pressed ultimately. He was just like
So
yanked off stage.
I listened to did you guys listen to the Behind the Bastards episode
No.
for
No.
this? There is one. It's very good.
It's a great
But
show.
they talked about how he, George, the guy, you said his last name, don't remember his last name, but he did it so people would come, or like he called the police because he knew it would make a better show. And like
Damn.
and they had like been demonizing Kobayashi since Joey Chestnut showed up and been like, we're not,
Mm.
this guy's American, this guy's not American.
Yeah, but
And
we
then
were
they were getting
talking about
real racist.
immigrants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this started about being patriotic, and you can't be patriotic in these years since September 11th by being a person from another place.
No.
Yeah, they removed Kobayashi's image from their wall of fame in 2011, even though all those charges were dropped and everything else.
So petty.
Yeah. So then Kobayashi refused to compete that year and had his own eating exhibition where he ate 69 hot dogs, 7
Nice.
more than Chestnut ended up accomplishing in the actual contest of that year. And Deadspin, the at that point new internet sports website, said
Oh.
that his solo appearance was, quote, an improbably perfect up yours to the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
I guess so. Did he host it at the same time? Can
Yeah.
we compare viewing numbers?
Oh. Oh.
See, that would be something. I don't think we had any of those back then, though. It was like
We have viewing numbers. What year was that?
that was 2011.
So
Yes.
in 2011, there were just under 2 million viewers for the main competition. I don't have Kobayashi's numbers, unfortunately. But, okay. So when I was looking at these numbers, I noticed a couple outliers, and I didn't know why the numbers would be so different. So since 2006, every year we've gotten about 1.5 million viewers.
Mhm.
Then in 2011 is just under 2, and I was like, why was it higher that year? Like, what was going on in 2011? It was this Kobayashi thing.
Mm.
And then the other year that sticks out to me is 2014, which lists 2.8 million, which is more than double the usual average. So like, what was it with 2014? What was going on in 2014 that
What was going on in 2014?
3 million people were like, damn, I gotta watch them hot dogs? Like,
Was that? I'm trying to figure out when the first female competitor was.
I think I checked that and it was not that. That was 2011. Oh, maybe that contributed to the higher number as well in 2011.
Yeah, that might have been it. I mean, it might have just been like the whole Kobayashi Chestnut thing happens. Joey Chestnut's rising to power, and similar to the way that like golf spiked in ratings when Tiger Woods was at his peak. It was just one of those things where it's like everybody's going to watch this because it's just a cultural moment. But
Yeah.
it turns out it's not actually culturally resonant. It's just a thing where we're all like in a fad briefly.
Yeah.
And then we go back to like, oh yeah, now only old people watch golf, really, right?
For a
Like,
weekend. Yeah.
because yeah, it's interesting with a lot of these sports, especially, and golf's not like a fringe sport, but it kind of is. I mean, it's not one of the major sports
Mhm.
where, because there isn't really like an existing fandom, because it's all about an individual person competing, and that person might just be from here, but not, it's not an Olympic thing. You're not competing against other countries under a banner, nor do you have
Right.
a team that is associated with a city. So you're
Mm-hmm.
just ultimately like, it's just a person. So you have to enjoy that person or not. And if you get bored of that person, then it's over.
I guess so. Yeah, do people
Because
do some of the people who don't win and don't come close to winning, do they have like dedicated fan bases who are like, this year they're gonna beat Chestnut for sure? Like,
I think it's, yeah, I mean, I think it's probably more likely it's like very small local, like, hey, everybody supports this person. Like you're going through the spelling bee. Everybody in your family loves you for doing the spelling bee, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah. Right.
yeah.
And similarly, this is a thing where unless you're the family of a competitive eater or into competitive eating yourself, like it isn't something that has, like, there isn't anything that you can sort of learn and gain more out of, right? Like if you watch a bunch of baseball or basketball and you learn the rules and you start to pick up on technique and you start to see how things work together, you can get maybe on board with it. Whereas competitive eating is like this happens splash on July 4th and then it doesn't happen again for another
Mm.
year. So it's not as if you're going to watch a bunch of other competitive eating competitions unless you're super into it, right?
Right. And so many of these competitors do go on to compete in other things. I also was just like, they practice all year for this one event and then it's a one and done. No, no, there are circuits
Yeah.
and so many different foods to eat: burritos, tacos, pie, of course.
Sure. Yeah, you got to get some
Mhm.
pie
Like,
in there.
Yeah.
I assume that that's what the governing body stuff is, right? It's this
That's
attempt
yeah,
hilarious.
to organize it into something that can grow. It's the same sort of thing that I think women's college basketball and women's professional basketball will see. We're going to see what happens, right? Caitlin Clark
Mhm.
has been a massive phenomenon
Yeah.
for women's basketball. The
mm,
question is, in 5 years, do we have more stars that everybody recognizes and people still care?
Mm.
Or does it become like, okay, Caitlin Clark's having whatever career she's having, and Caitlin Clark fans continue to watch basketball, but everyone else falls off?
Mhm.
mm, hmm. This is such a spid.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Let's see. In 2007, an estimated 50,000 people came to Coney Island to watch the event in person. That's nearly as many who came to that first pro wrestling match that we talked about.
Yeah.
In 2004, a 3-story high hot dog eating wall of fame was erected. That's the
Yeah.
one where Kobayashi's thing was taken off of it
Oh, I
in
don't know why. I just
2011,
imagine it being a bunch of hot dogs stacked on top of each other.
which would be amazing and gross.
Like log cabin style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on the Wikipedia page because I had the sudden question, maybe that 2014 year where the numbers were so high, I was like, oh, maybe that was the 100-year anniversary of the legend start date. But no, it wasn't. That was 1916.
We got a hot dog tower that people's Polaroids are stapled to, and it gets hot and smelly because it's made of hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Slow roasted.
There's a digital clock there just counting down. It's like, hey, here you
Yeah.
go.
No.
Despite Hurricane Sandy in 2012, they were able to reopen the Nathan's location at Coney Island. The hot dog eating contest is contracted with ESPN to be broadcast through 2029.
Oh, that's something else I wanted to complain about. So the men's competition is on ESPN.
Yeah.
The
Women's is on
women's
ESPN 3.
competition, yeah. So it's
Mhm.
streaming only.
Lame
Yeah,
about that.
it's bad
It's bad. Lame. Lame.
because it's not about the hot dog. It's, you know what? It used to be about the patriotism and the hot
Mhm.
dogs, and now it's just about the money.
Now it's just about the money.
It's about the patriarchy.
It
The
is.
patriotism.
Ain't
Wait.
that the truth?
They've got the same root, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gross.
Yeah. You letting daddy be in charge? Are you loving daddy enough? These are your two questions.
Ugh.
Yuck.
Um, so in
Oh, I think I
2020,
had the reversal of fortune just now. I'm sorry. Oh.
Reversal of fortune break.
Give me a couple more. keep going.
In 2020, because of the pandemic, they had an indoor event in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, with only 5 eaters competing. In 2021, they had it outside at Maimonides Park. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably not. With only 7,000 people in the crowd. Still seems bold. That seems bold for
Still seems bold.
July 2021. But hey, you know what? A lot of people, I don't know if you guys remember, a lot of people were kind of weird about the pandemic. And then,
yeah. I mean, even July 2020, like I know that they didn't have any spectators and it was just the competitors, but July of 2020, that's maybe go home.
It's also like, especially because July of 2020, I think we're still like hanging out largely on droplets and proximity and stuff. And like, this is inherently a thing where spit is flying everywhere all the time.
So much spit.
This is all liquids and surfaces.
Oh God.
Back in 2003, though, the former NFL player, William the Refrigerator Perry, competed as a celebrity contestant. And the fridge ate 12 hot dogs in the qualifier, but he only ate 4 in the contest, and he just stopped after 5 minutes. He was like, "No, I'm good.
I don't need it."
Yeah.
All right.
And they
Did you send it for the free hot dogs?
I think so. Yeah. They didn't do a celebrity contestant ever since. Like that was the last time. They tried it once. He tapped out, and they're like, "Yeah, never mind. We don't need this."
Until now, is it safe to announce we 3 will be competing in the 2024?
You can watch us, Lady and the Tramp,
but we'll be
three-way.
One. Yeah.
You can watch us.
One contestant.
Yeah.
You can watch us last month because, as we all know, this is August.
Yeah, this is, and we won. So we're happy to announce on this episode that we won.
And if they aren't saying that, it's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
What is the mustard and the Pepto-Bismol pink? If it was mixed together, would that be our belt? What color would that be? Diarrhea. Why did I ask that? Oh.
Yeah. It would not. It probably wouldn't be like diarrhea brown. It would probably be like a weird beige color.
It would be hot dog diarrhea brown.
That's fair. Yeah.
Good point.
You know what?
Oh.
It's good. We're having a great time.
Congrats.
They knew this episode was going to be gross.
Some of the contestants train and prepare for the event in different ways. Some of them fast. Some of them do liquid only, whatever. Kobayashi claimed to have meditated, drinking water and eating cabbage, and then fasting before the event. There was a guy named Ed Cookie Jarvis, aims to be hungry, but not too hungry. That is a quote.
Smart.
So
he
maybe
has
have
just
a light breakfast. Yeah, we have a light breakfast. I want to be hungry, but not too hungry.
Yeah.
You gotta have the appetizer to start. Like you gotta warm up. You know?
Well, and I think we all need to take a moment to go like, hey, Cookie Jarvis, maybe go ahead and tell that to people who are trying to get into romantic relationships, you know? Because people too hungry, too thirsty. You gotta you gotta be interested, but not too interested.
Play hard to get.
That's right.
With the hot dog.
With
you know what? That still works.
You're not my only meal.
Yeah, I got side dishes all over town.
Ha!
Hey. This is a weird, very strange, very American, very gross, very odd thing. That's also charming and cute in a way. It is.
Yeah.
It is the contemporary competition equivalent of the dentist character in the Rudolph claymation, right? Where it's like, this doesn't really make sense. And the denouement is he pulled all of the teeth out of a live snowman. But you're also like, yeah, but I kind of dig it. Like it's sort of cute.
Man, This is about your teeth thing.
It
I don't
is.
think that that's a universal.
I think that if it's not universal, it's other people who have to change because I have
Okay.
broken through something.
Nate's like, you'd
You're
all be
more
into
evolved.
teeth except you're cowards.
This could be us, but you're playing.
How many hot dogs do y'all think you could eat in 10 minutes?
In 10 minutes,
Yeah.
4. And I would feel really bad.
I think that's
Yeah, oh,
I think
yeah.
that's a given. I
Yeah.
believe I think that I could muster eating a traditional package of 8 hot dogs. Like I think I could do
You
that.
think so?
Wait, with
Yeah.
or without buns?
It's got to be
Oh,
with
yeah,
buns.
with buns.
We're talking
Okay, okay.
regulation.
Okay.
I'm
Are
saying,
you
like,
dunking these buns?
I mean, I'm
Oh.
probably like that just grosses me out. That
It's
creates
so
like a texture
gross.
problem that I'm not into.
I couldn't do it.
I would be
That
more
would-
likely to be
Yeah.
like a eat it and then wash it down kind of thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
that
Now-
makes sense. Yeah.
Is that going to hinder the amount of hot dogs I can eat? Absolutely. I'm going to start
Yeah.
filling with liquid, but
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the only way I could do it. And then maybe
Mhm.
maybe I could get, because I feel like 4 hot dogs is a definite discomfort point. And then
Yeah.
after
Oh,
that,
yeah.
it's just like, how fast can you eat them before you notice that you feel sick? And that's really, that's the
Absolutely.
negotiation.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to
Good
front
point.
load the speed of your hot dogs.
Yeah.
We're talking 2 at a time. Like you got
Mhm, mhm.
double fisting.
The
hot
entirety of
dogs.
this seems to be like tricking. You just have to trick your body. You're tricking your
Yeah.
body into not knowing what you're doing. Now, here's a question. And I think we all know the answer already, but like smoking a bunch of pot, is that a PED in this
Mm.
situation?
Oh.
Huh.
Did they check?
Yeah. Do they drug test you?
I mean, they should, because I'm sure that I could eat 8 hot dogs in 10 minutes if I was fucking stoned. Like,
I think the problem might be is that I get really slow when I'm stoned.
Mm.
So
well, you don't
I'm
have to
gonna be
think
like,
though. You're just eating.
no, I mean physically. Like I'm gonna forget what I was doing midway. I'm gonna be like, this is a pretty good hot dog. Why don't they have
just
mustard
enjoy
out
it.
here?
And then the buzzer goes, and you're like, "Oh shoot, I didn't even get to finish
So-
this
Oh,
one."
that's
so
why I was
loud.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That is a very good point. It would be hard to focus and hold a competitive edge in that circumstance. But if they gave you the plate of hot dogs, they set a timer, they put on like a movie you like, and you just
Yeah.
like go to town, I might be able to, because I might just go to the Zen like whatever.
Oh,
I'm doing
yeah.
a thing
Another
place,
thing.
you know? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Total autopilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was the last time you guys had a hot dog?
Oh, I think. Well, I'm trying to remember.
I have an answer. I'm giving Kelly time to answer.
Oh, okay.
No, you answer.
Okay,
You answer.
a month ago. Like
A month ago.
we occasionally do we'll do like hot dogs and baked beans dinner now and again because it's
Yeah.
easy,
Mm.
and and it's not the unhealthiest thing you can do. If you get decent hot dogs, they're not
Yeah.
bad. But yeah, all of my kind of cock walking.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, well,
Exactly. What are we talking about? I was boasting about the idea that I could eat 8 hot dogs, and generally for that I would have 2 hot dogs and some
yeah.
Oh,
beans,
sure.
That's what I do.
you know.
Yeah. Hot dog dinner is 2 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
4 pickles though.
See, that's
On your
and
hot dog?
this is the thing. I never
I do
never had pickles
relish.
at home.
I do dill relish.
Relish is often too sweet. to
Oh,
me.
I don't do sweet. I do dill relish. You have to make sure you get the dill and not the sweet relish.
The
I
real
don't.
deal.
believe that is the only type I have ever purchased
Yeah,
because I
it's
would
not
never
good.
buy something labeled sweet.
Oh,
And yeah, I don't love relish. So I'll do like Chicago style. Put
Mm.
a pickle spear in there.
Oh. What
Yeah.
wait, what did you just say, Kelly?
Oh,
You might want to keep that in
Uh-oh.
mind.
I got it.
Oh man,
I
we've
got
already
it. It's
gotten
locked
all
in
these.
there.
We're done. You
Yeah,
don't even
it's-
need to do
it's
it.
coming-
We saw what you
together.
did there.
Coming together.
We're clairvoyant this episode.
It's true.
Hell yeah.
It's because
recent-
we got buns.
Hun.
I would say I recently had hot dogs probably like a week, 2 weeks ago, but I'm trying to like move away from processed meat. And So I got the tofu hot dogs and we put them on a Ninja smoker. And it looked very weird. And the casing in it ballooned up and it was
Oh,
very weird. Everybody else in my family had normal hot dogs. I had the weird hot dogs. No one wanted to try them out.
no. Uh-uh.
They are very chewy. I do not recommend, but I think I need to get a different brand. I think that a hot dog can be done well in a meat substitute. I
Oh,
do
it
not
can.
think I got a good meat substitute for this
I
one.
mean, the Impossible ones are good.
Yeah, they didn't have those at the store.
Yeah. But I'm just saying
I
that can
mean, Joey
confirm.
Chestnut endorses them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
for
Just
sure,
can
I need to
confirm
get
that
the
they are good.
Impossible ones. Thank you. Thank God, because I need to try that.
We've done like Impossible Burgers and things as well. And I'm always very impressed at how good those are.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's a lot of interesting ways you can just use vegetables and things to make substitutes at home. I
Just a
make beet
carrot.
burgers. If you get
Oh,
like canned or shredded beets and quinoa and you patty that up, you can make a nice
nice.
burger alternative. I'm sure there's a
Okay.
hot dog method too that would work out.
Yeah.
I've seen one where somebody was like, "Oh, you can grill a carrot," and I was like, mm.
Who are we trying to fool?
Yeah, it's like,
And they
yeah,
were
of
like,
course. I can
"Do a
grill I
carrot
can
and
grill
then
a
put
tennis
hummus
ball.
on it," and I was like,
That's something else.
hmm.
I'm sure that that's delicious. Not a hot
But
dog.
it's not a hot dog. And
Yeah.
I probably want more of a pita instead of a hot dog
Mm-hmm.
bun for that one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I want sliced tomatoes, not
mhm.
cucumber
And
or
maybe a little
not
bit of tzatziki
pickles.
on it. Yeah, now we're
Yeah.
just getting into a
Yeah.
wrap.
Then you're just
Yeah.
making a delicious Euro alternative instead of a hot dog. And that's
And then I
that's
would put
okay.
chickpeas on it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, let's be
Yeah.
honest, that's delicious, but it's not very
Yeah.
Ooh, some
patriotic.
feta.
It's not a. Ugh. Guys, I'm getting hungry. Wow. We've been talking about hot dogs this entire time, and I
We
wasn't hungry. But the
have.
moment we're like, let's talk about a Mediterranean.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm so hungry. I did not notice.
It's time for the MouthGarf report.
The MouthGarf report. Open wide for some lasagna.
I hate Mondays.
Woo! Woohoo!
So, while I was away, we went to the beach, as I told you off mic earlier. And one of the things that we got at the beach was fudge from a fudge
Oh.
place.
Mm.
And this was some of that like intensely sweet actually causes you tooth pain fudge where you're like,
Mm.
ah.
Oh, no.
Nothing bad happened as a consequence, but that's kind of the best thing I've got because otherwise I was really hoping to find a Garf thing in any of the little stores around, and
Aw.
I came up empty. I came up empty.
Nate, you're looking too hard.
I think that's the
You're
thing,
wanting
right?
it. You're
Gotta let it
wanting
come
it
to
too
you.
bad.
You have to leap and
Yeah.
let the Garf appear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll happen when the time is right.
Because of the movie, I've been seeing a bunch of Garf stuff. The
Same,
lasagna
yeah.
at the store that when I went to get groceries had Garf on it.
We are
Cute.
going to have to do that movie at some point. I think
I
because
know.
it's reviewing
Okay.
so poorly, we wait until it's far out of theaters.
Do we have to
and-
watch both of them and compare?
No.
Stop giving us more work.
No, yeah, we don't have to watch both of them compare. I think we watch the
Okay.
Chris Pratt, Samuel L. Jackson Garf, and we can
Yeah.
discuss it.
Okay.
And then look, if we are so enthralled that we decide we got to watch the Bill Murray Garf, we can go back.
Okay.
But I don't
okay.
want to. We
Okay.
shouldn't get ourselves on the hook for that yet.
There's a new
No.
Paddington movie.
There is
Yeah.
Paddington in Peru.
Yeah.
We can check that out. That'll be fun. Maybe we compare those two,
Yeah.
like when you
Oh,
compare
sure.
like pizza and dog shit to each other.
Perfect.
Uh,
So I did go to the dentist.
oh, you did?
I did. Just annual, nope, semi-annual cleaning.
Mm.
They said that my gums were the nicest they had seen all day.
Oh,
So-
beautiful.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you. Cocoa floss, babies. And water picks.
I was gonna
Oh my
say,
God.
still using the water pick too.
Mhm.
Fucking
Same.
love my water pick. God, it's the best. And while I was there, we rescanned my teeth
Mhm.
to get a new night guard
Mm.
since I keep chewing through my old one. And what we think happened. Okay, so you know how every time I go in, they're like, "You should get your wisdom teeth removed," and I say, "You can't make me."
Yeah.
I will destroy all
Well-
of you if you suggest this again.
Yeah, you literally cannot make me. Well, this time I had a new hygienist and she was like, "Oh, you've still got your wisdom teeth." And I was like, "Here it comes." And she was like, "They look great. So you should hang on to those for as long as you can."
What?
And I was like, "Thank you. Will you put that in my chart?" So had her permission to keep them. And I will not be
Nice.
listening to anybody else from here on out.
Perfect.
But when we scanned my teeth after, but back when I was getting them straightened, that's the mold we've been working with for night guards so far.
Oh.
But when we made that original night guard, we didn't have it cover my wisdom teeth. And so my wisdom teeth, which
Oh.
had been straightened,
Mhm.
started rotating. And so I think that my rotated wisdom tooth is what was putting pressure on the old night guard, causing those bits to break off. So we
Oh.
rescanned and I got the metal enforced mouth guard now.
Yes.
And it's so aesthetically pleasing. It's a clear plastic with like gold. The metal in it is gold.
Oh, nice.
And they're in like a honeycomb pattern.
Oh, lovely.
Very cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Can you show us?
I
Bring it up.
will send you guys a picture. Just to put some distance between Nate seeing my teeth.
No, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
So that's mine.
I'm
Keeping my babies.
I love that. And that makes a lot of
Thank
sense.
you.
You've got like you just have a crunch point from those wisdom teeth, and they're
Yep.
in a different position than they were when the mouth guard was forged
Yep.
Makes
in
sense.
the fires of Mount Doom.
Yeah. Oh, and this hygienist, she was like, "Oh, do you clench?" And I was like, "Yes, duh." And she was like, "Yeah, I've been doing this for however many years, and back when I started, I would say maybe 10% of people clenched, and now it's like 10% of people who don't." And so she like stuck her finger in my mouth with thumb on the outside to like compare my clenching muscles on
Oh,
both
wow.
sides.
Mhm.
And the side where I'm constantly breaking a mouth guard is really strong.
Oh, wow.
And now that she's showed me how to measure it, I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's a clenching muscle." And they were like, "There's a place downstairs who does Botox. They might
Oh.
put it in your TMJ to make you do that less." So maybe I should look into that. yeah,
Oh, damn.
Did
clench less.
did she
That's crazy.
venture a guess as to why it's gone from why we've had a 90-point swing in recent
Yeah.
years?
Mm.
I think you could take a guess. It's all the social media and bullshit that's happening.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I guess it's more. It's the.
Capitalism, political. There's a
Yeah.
lot. Climate change. Wait,
It's
hold on.
everything.
Capitalism. Wait, did I already
It's
say
all-
that? Sorry.
I mean, we're always saying it.
Yeah, it's everything, and it's also our exposure to it all day
Yeah,
long,
that is true.
all day, every day.
So
Yeah.
we can inject things in ourselves. Like we'll kill the muscles, temporarily paralyze the muscles in our face before we'll go
Yeah.
to therapy kind of thing. Like
Hmm.
Listen,
As
I
a
tried
culture.
therapy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying like culturally before we're going to be like, "Hey, wait
Yeah.
a minute. This is
Mhm.
bad.
Oh, we're all
We're
sick.
all uncomfortable.
And
This
sad.
is all not working."
Yeah,
Information came from your wisdom teeth.
that's true.
I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Coincidence?
Yeah. I mean, we started pulling everybody's wisdom teeth out.
True.
Everything goes to
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
The one person who kept hers is here representing, telling everybody.
The wisest of them all.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
And humble.
And, well, you can't be wise without being humble.
So
Mm.
true. So true.
This is when the world starts turning in the other direction. Because of our
Hopefully.
ample amount of listeners for the number one best AAA
Yeah.
Famous Buddies podcast.
AAA #1 best famous podcast. Chelsea, importantly, it doesn't matter how many listeners, because if we change one listener's life and that listener happens to rise through the ranks of both political parties to take power and serve as a caring, thoughtful, progressive dictator, we'll have changed the world.
Oh, thank God. You're right. You're right. I don't know what I was thinking.
They grow up so fast.
Yeah, we just gotta get that one kid who will alter the future for people who aren't us, because we'll be dead.
Yeah.
Yay.
How's your mouth, Chelsea?
I got my teeth shaved.
Whoa!
My bottom
Oh.
teeth. And today, whenever my brother and I we were eating lunch, and he was like, "Your teeth are moving farther apart." And I was like, "No, there's just less." And he was like, "No, I could have sworn I've seen your teeth after you got them shaved and they weren't moving apart." And I was like, "So they shaved them and they're moving them apart?" So this is gonna look real fucked when I take these out. I went there for them to fix my teeth, and they're gonna look so bad. I'm a little upset, but I have better news, which is bird news. So I've been using the Merlin app. Kelly, I think you recommended it to me.
Oh, nice.
It's great.
Yeah, and I
don't know
found
what
a
this is.
bird that I saw a bird. Hold on, I'm looking at the photos because I don't have a photo of it because I didn't. I was looking up in a tree and I was like, "That's a pretty color." But I got to see a great crested flycatcher. You guys, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but it's kind of pretty. It's got like a yellow belly and a blue head, like a
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah. And I was looking up in the tree on my walk with Ryan, and then it just pooped, and I was like, "Oh, beautiful moment." 10 out of 10. There's supposed to be a painted bunting, or I think that's what they're called. People have been sighting them in Arkansas, and I've been keeping my eye out because they are fucking beautiful. So,
whoa, those are.
Did you Google
great.
it? Yeah, beautiful. So I'm keeping my eye out for those. And if I see that, you guys, I'm not even going to wait until the MouthGarf report. I'm going to say at the top of the episode because I will not be able to shut the fuck up about it.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
I say take over. It can be all about that.
We'll change the episode. It'll just be about my first time seeing a painted bunting and how much it changed my life. Oh, yeah.
That Merlin app is so cool since they updated it, because now it is basically Shazam for birds.
Yeah.
So you can just go outside and record, and it'll be like, that bird's singing, this bird's singing, that bird's singing.
Whoa!
And I have records like from May 23 of this year. I had at 6:57 p.m. a house sparrow, a chimney swift, an American robin, a European starling, and a song sparrow all chat at the same time. It's cool.
Aww.
I had 3 yesterday. One of them was an American robin. Man, American robins are everywhere. I think it was like an American robin, a northern cardinal, and some kind of a wren.
I've also had grackles and cedar waxwings and gray catbirds. Those are great. Gray catbirds are
They
fun.
sound like cats.
Yeah.
They do.
It's so weird. That was the first time I used the Merlin app because I was like, pretty sure this is a cat bird because this sounds like a fucking cat.
And grackles sound weird. I only ever encounter them when I'm in Texas.
Yeah.
And every time I'm in Texas, I'm like, is that what the crosswalks sound like? No. Those are grackles. They sound like weird lasers.
They do, because
yeah, they're strange.
That wasn't even
they're weird.
correct at all. But yeah, they're great birds. Birds are
Pew,
cool.
pew.
Birds are so cool.
And this app unlocks that coolness in a new way.
In the best way.
Yeah.
Kelly, so you're going to start using it? That's what we're going to talk about next recording.
I'll try to.
You're going to start hearing some birds and you're going to be like, okay. And then you're going to not stop looking at it because it like lights up the bird that's singing while it's singing.
Oh,
it's
fun.
so cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's so cool. And yeah, the
Please
other night,
sponsor us, Merlin apps.
Yeah, seriously. Come get us. Come get us.
Yeah.
Whichever university does that app. Which university is it?
I don't know.
It's something. It's some school. Popular
About
college.
Merlin. Oh. Cornell Lab.
Cornell. Yeah.
Mm.
Come at us. We had, so obviously heat wave has just occurred at time of recording. Some people still feeling the heat, probably.
Mm.
We're going to be hot tomorrow again. But we had a beautiful rainstorm come through
Oh.
on, I guess it was either Saturday night or Sunday night, but like serious just downpour. Yeah, it was Sunday.
Oh.
Just amazing downpour where it just like we went from clear skies, 90 something degrees to covered and pouring. And I went
Mm.
Love
outside
that.
while it was raining, and as the rain stopped, you just heard all of the birds like
Aw.
resoundingly happy, right? They're all like, "Oh fuck, we're so
Oh.
happy that was over." And then I just feel bad for the
Aw.
birds a little bit because I'm like, "Well, you guys don't have anywhere to go. Now I got to build like a
Yeah,
bird hotel so you can have somewhere
you
to
do.
stay. We got to
Hmm.
cool the bird
Aw.
hotel." Like, but
Oh,
birds are great.
I did get a bird feeder that attaches to my window, and then I filled it up, and then I then squirrels, so many
Oh.
squirrels, and
Yeah.
then the squirrels
Yeah.
started climbing up my window, and it like first they started climbing up the wall, and then I was like, we're gonna move it over so they can't get it, and then they start climbing out the window, and then you just hear screeching from their nails scratching the window. So like every time I was at home alone, I would just hear, and I'd be like, oh
Oh
my
God.
God, what's happening? And I would walk out and I'd be like, oh, it's a fucking squirrel. I love
Did,
squirrels though, so like I'm not upset, but man, whew, they ate all of that bird feed.
Did I tell you both about how like when I was in high school, after my parents got divorced, my mom remarried. She lived in an older house in Castle Rock with this guy, not a great guy, but whatever. We had raccoons in the ceiling,
Ooh.
and the
oh.
raccoons were directly above my room. So
Yeah.
in the middle of the night, you would just hear like that
Mm.
scratching and clawing sound. And then there were points where like there would be baby raccoons, and the baby raccoons would crawl
No.
into the joist space in the
Oh.
walls, so they would
Oh
like
no.
end up down there. So there were times I'd wake up in the middle of the night and there's literally like a raccoon behind the drywall behind me, just
Oh
like
my
gosh.
God.
making little squeaky sounds and scratching. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Cute.
Yeah. They're little bandits, so they have tiny
Yeah.
hands.
They're little
They're also
hands.
an animal that's cute to watch eat.
Oh, they're so
Oh,
cute to
yeah.
watch eat.
So
Mhm.
cute.
Yeah.
Especially because they always do it mischievous.
Mm-hmm.
They like grab a handful and then take a few steps away. Like, what are you doing? What are you up to?
It's like
Little
watching a
raccoon.
sugar glider eat. You've seen videos of that? Like
I
those
have not, but I'm
bug-eyed-
gonna do that
those
right
adorable
after.
bug-eyed
Yeah.
little babies. They like fly at you and then they're just like, "Oh, cool, thank you for a
Mama,
berry."
mama, mama, mama.
And then just yeah, it's great. It's great stuff.
Cute.
This has been the MouthGarf report.
Yay!
Let's play a game.
Let's play it.
It's time to play. I see what you did there.
Woo.
Hot dog eating edition.
Mm.
So excited.
All right, number one. You guys are gonna get number one because you've already clued in to one part of it, and you're
Hell yeah.
both maybe I can say religious devotees to this particular film, largely because of one of its lead actors.
That could be anything. Go on.
It could be,
Kiss
but
Kiss Mukbang.
There it is. She did it. She did it.
you did actually do it. The clue was. No, this is beautiful. I'm glad this happened.
I'm sorry.
No,
This is the opposite
never
of Finger
apologize.
Monkey.
Never apologize. This is perfect. This is a
The
Shane
I see
Black.
what you did there
Yeah, okay.
has become. Okay, sorry. Go on. Go on.
The clue was this is a Shane Black, Los Angeles-based neo-noir film that features a burglar turned actor, and this is the name of Korean eating shows in which a host
Yep.
consumes various quantities of food while interacting with the audience. You got it.
Awesome.
Ah.
It's mukbang. I love it. You precogged what I was going to do there.
Yeah, I mean, you did give us semi hints, but this was like that made me feel good.
Yeah, no, it literally could have, like, Kelly was right. It could have been anything. There are plenty of movies that both of you like that I would know about. It could have very easily
my
been
God.
Dead and Breakfast. It was
could
not.
have
Yeah.
been.
It's got breakfast in it. That's a food.
Mhm.
People eat food.
And I think there's talk of a cookout. I don't think they get there.
So yeah, that was number 1. Great. Number 2, this official organization.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Joey chestnuts.
Okay, sorry.
This official organization for competition ingestion abbreviates as MLE.
Oh, okay.
And this is a colloquial idiom used in some English-speaking countries that means humiliation by admitting having been proven wrong after taking a strong position.
What?
Eating crow?
Yeah.
Major League Eating Crow? Are we saying
You see what I did there?
Okay.
There we go.
Major League Eating Crow. You got it. You see what I did there?
Oh, there we go.
Eating crow. Yeah. That was perfect. I didn't even have to reread it.
Yeah.
And listeners, there was no editing. We didn't close the gap on it. That was quick.
There's usually a lot of editing.
Well, not lately, but that's its own conversation. Number 3. This is a slogan used in opposition to the wealthy class, which has been used across various times in our history. And this is a proprietary document file format, frequently abbreviated RTF.
Eat the rich
Eat the rich
file?
text format.
Oh, format.
Eat the rich text format. You see what I did there? Yeah. Eat them.
Oh.
Okay.
How many could you eat in 10 minutes?
Rich people or text
Yeah.
formats?
Well, I meant rich people, but let's hear them both.
Yeah. I mean, with the
As many as it
wires
takes.
involved and the files, I don't know. But yeah, Chelsea's right. As many as it takes.
As many as it takes. Yep.
Okay, number 4. Number 4, this pejorative nickname that may have originated with Beavis and Butthead doesn't involve as much butt eating as you might assume. And this is how you'd list the Norwegian artist responsible for haunting paintings titled The Scream and Anxiety, among others, in an art book glossary.
Chelsea, do you remember that artist?
Yeah, but it's that thing where whenever you think of something, it doesn't come up. Hold on, just give me
Yeah.
Edward. Right? Am I getting the first name?
Edvard is the name, is the first name, yep. Mhm.
M. Starts with an M?
It does start with an
Huh?
M, yeah.
Okay. Now I have enough that I can also start helping.
Okay, what is the first one?
Pejorative nickname that may have originated with Beavis and Butthead
Okay.
that doesn't involve as much butt eating.
But
Oh, is it Butt Munch? It's Butt Munch.
Mu-
Isn't that his last name?
Yeah.
Munch something?
Think of a
is it
synonym-
butt munch?
Think of a synonym for butt.
Oh,
Rear.
is it ass?
Ass,
Ass
yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, I kept thinking
Oh.
cornholio, and I was like, that doesn't
I
go into
also
that.
got hung up
Okay.
on
I'm
cornholio.
glad- I
We
was
all
seeing
got
what
hung
Kelly
up on
was doing, but my...
Okay, so and then it's the artist's name in a glossary.
Oh, I thought we had it.
in a glossary.
In a glossary?
Uh-huh. This impacts the way that the order in which the words are listed. That's literally it.
Oh,
Oh.
Ass Munch Edward.
Yeah,
Edward.
you got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
There we go.
it would be ass. It's Edvard Munch is how it's pronounced in
Thank you.
Norway.
Oh.
But yeah, it would be ass Monk Edward or ass Munch Edward,
Gotcha.
comma ass Munch.
God.
Comma.
Oh, okay. Okay. That
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
You saw
We
it.
got there. We got there.
did
We
it.
see it.
It's
Yeah,
there.
we do.
It's there. We
It
see
is
it.
there.
Okay, number 5. Number 5, last one. This Frankfurter variant is dressed with yellow mustard, chopped white onions, bright green sweet pickle relish, a dill pickle spear, tomato slices or wedges, pickled sport peppers, and a dash of celery salt. And this phrase means a situation where everyone wants to succeed and is willing to harm other people in order to do so.
Chicago dog eat dog?
You see what I did
Oh,
there?
good.
Chicago dog eat dog. Well done.
Forgot that comes with sweet relish, and I always have to tell them, don't you dare put
Don't
that
do
on
it. Don't do it. Even though it's such
Hold
a
those
pretty color
onions,
of
too.
green.
Ew.
Okay. I remember now when I had my last hot dog, which was also a couple weeks ago at a hot dog food truck. And I forgot to say no relish. And when it came out, it was like Jello green.
Oh yeah.
Like it was unnaturally green.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Always?
That's the Chicago dog style of relish is that
the Chicago
that
dog
like
one. Yeah.
neon
It's the
green
weird
green.
bright one.
Oh.
Like
I was like, this looks
any
like
other
a-
relish you buy at the store.
I
is
kind of
not
get for my
that.
jars a little sadder.
No, it's just
of a
normal.
green, like a sad green.
Okay.
It's like I was once a vegetable green, whereas the green
Yeah.
that's presented with the Chicago dog relish
Definitely
is I have
not.
never been a vegetable
Mhm,
green.
Exactly.
No, it was like St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I was like, what? How did this happen?
Have you guys ever had a
Okay.
Seattle dog?
No.
What's-
It's
what's
got cream
the deal with
cheese
that?
on it.
Oh. That actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
perplexed.
I don't like it.
Is it warm or cold cream cheese?
Well, they smear it onto like the side of it, I think. I had one when I was there, but they do
Oh, well,
Seattle
you got
dogs
to.
on the corner all the time. Wait, how do you guys, Kelly, you like a Chicago dog? Nate, how do you
Not
prepare your dogs?
usually.
How do you guys prepare your dogs?
Pickle.
Yeah. I mean,
Pickle.
So much yellow mustard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing else.
I will, generally speaking, like I love a Chicago dog. I did
Mhm.
not discover them until I was like 24 or something, because there was one that was there was a cart on the Pearl Street Mall in Boulder, and I would go there for lunch some days because it was just like, well, this
Yeah.
is literally $2.
Yeah.
And I make
And they make
no
a good
money.
dog.
And it's really good. It's a great dog. Right in
Yeah.
front of that courthouse. Great dog.
Yep. And that guy's been running that for
350
over a decade.
years, right?
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
He's also a Highlander. Generally speaking, though, like if I make dogs at home or even if I go to a baseball game, I pretty much just go like, if I'm out, it will be a bunch of yellow mustard and then a couple of scoops of the onions, the chopped up onions that are of questionable quality at a certain point because of their
obviously,
exposure to everything. But who cares? You throw that shit on there, you're good to go. If I'm at home, it's just a bunch of mustard usually.
Yeah, that's what I do. Onions and mustard. If I'm at home, I the other day I bought pre-cut onions, which also they're questionable when you buy them pre-cut. So
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
that's
They
how
get wilty.
Gotta recommend throwing a pickle spear on there.
Yeah, yeah. I will
I'm-
do.
No, I'm so in. I'm so in on a pickle
I was
spear.
like,
I just
I feel
never,
like-
I never
I feel like I
think
would
to
have
buy
do
pickles.
Slices. I feel like the spear would be hard for me to.
Got it.
Oh,
yeah.
sure. Yeah, do a
Maybe
like a
one of those
sandwich
like
stacker.
long ones where they slice them, but it's long. Put,
Yeah.
like, one
Oh
in
yeah,
one.
yeah. The sandwich stackers
Yeah,
that are like
maybe I should
flat
do
but
that.
wide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I could do that.
I think we just need to do a whole episode on pickles.
Whenever we
There had to be a first pickle at some point, right?
first
I don't
time
know
we
how we're
make
gonna find
pickles.
that.
Wait, Kelly, have you made pickles before? I just assumed you had.
Depends on the definition.
Okay. We did pumpkin pies first time we make pickles.
I would try it. I can buy
Yeah.
jars and cucumber,
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
brine. Seems reasonable.
Yeah, it does.
So that's another tip. When you run out of pickles, but you still have the brine, keep the brine
Sure.
and then occasionally throw some sliced cucumbers in there
Yeah.
or whatever you want to pickle and
Pickle
bingo
that shit.
bingo.
Yeah.
Pickle it.
I definitely need to. I never think to buy pickles.
Mm.
Oh, I always
It's one
have
of those
pickles.
things where it's just
Yeah, we're
like my
different.
no, it's silly because my shopping tendencies are to not remember to buy those sorts of things that like they're not fully food, right? Like you're not
Oh,
going to
sure.
just eat pickles. I mean, you could. I'm not here to shame anybody for just eating.
Yeah, like
pickles.
I'm like, I
saying
don't know
Pickle
about
dinner.
You, but for sure,
I mean,
I've
like-
only eaten pickles for a meal.
because I
Absolutely
love,
have,
I
yeah.
love like green
And
olives
will
with
do it again.
pimentos too. And I've definitely gone
yeah.
through phases where I'll buy full jars of like
I
of
buy a lot
those
of
martini
olives.
olives
I have
and
olives.
just
Same.
like I'll have a couple spoonfuls of them fresh out of the fridge. Whatever,
Dude,
they're great.
I do olives,
I'll
pickles, and then sometimes okra pickles. Those are the three
pickled
that I
okra
usually buy.
slaps, dude.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Oh, so
I mean, I
good.
think I've had okra before,
Fried. Probably fried.
probably fried, but yeah, I don't think I've had it pickled. That sounds great. I should
It's
try
good.
that too.
It's really good.
Yeah.
All right, well, at some point we're gonna
Let's pickle some stuff.
we're
When you
gonna do
guys
a
come to
pickle
the
episode.
bonfire, we'll pickle some stuff.
We'll peck
We'll
all.
eat a bunch of pickled stuff.
I love
I
it.
don't know. It's good for your gut. Gut bacteria loves that fermentation, right?
Yeah.
Hell
This is
yeah.
what they're saying.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Dope.
I'm in. Let's talk Debs for the first Nathan's hot dog eating contest, and maybe the whole thing.
How many Debs? How many Debs? How many Debs? How many Debs?
5.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
think I
fun
gotta go
stories.
5.
It is kind of a nightmare, but it's also great. 5.
I don't ever want to watch it, but I love it.
Absolutely not. No, thank you.
We exist in a culture of incredible excesses that are almost unbelievable. This is one of those where it's like you take all of the stuff that we always talk about, the capitalism excess and all these things, war, all these things, right? There's all this stuff. And then there's this weird little microcosmic representation of all of that in the form of just like fucking stuffing yourself with processed meat until the timer goes off because you're proving something to yourself, to others. I don't know what it is, other than, in the same way that when we are finally pickling things, I'm going to get great satisfaction out of successfully pickling something, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Where and that's what this is, right? It's like we literally are constantly chasing moments of achievement and satisfaction.
Oh, yeah.
And sure, eating a shitload of hot dogs is both, I suppose, right? Like, it qualifies. It beats the hell out of answering emails until more emails come in. It beats the hell out of all of the Sisyphean shit. Like, at least with the hot dog eating contest, it's 10 minutes, you do it.
Yeah.
You either push that billiard ball up the hill or you don't.
Oh God, yeah. Ugh.
All 42 of
All
them.
42
However
of
many it
them.
was.
I give it a 5 too. It's so wild. I mean, honestly, I give it a 6 because it's Nathan's. Like, that's also my name, which we didn't really go into.
We didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was, when I was growing up in the Cinderella City Mall that used to exist in Denver, there was a place called Funtastic Nathan's, which was like an indoor kids like park thing.
Yeah,
Basically like a Chuck E. Cheese sort of vibe, but smaller, cheaper, smaller, mall based. Having my name on that was always like, oh, interesting. I don't recall rightly if it was the same font of Nathan's, because it very easily could have been. It could have been like, hey, this is a franchise of the Nathan's Corporation, right?
Yeah.
But I'm still a little bitter that no one ever reached out just to be like, hey, so as a Nathan, do you want to join the Nathan's team? Nobody ever called me. But here's the thing.
You go by Nate,
my phone's still
man.
here. And I'm going to go ahead and read the numbers out very slowly to just dox myself so that everybody knows. The first number is 3. And come back next week if you want the subsequent 9 numbers.
I found out earlier today that Famous Dave's would give out a free meal to anybody with the first name Dave or David. And if your middle name was Dave or David, then you get half off.
Hey,
not bad.
I mean, and I love a David, right? But haven't they gotten enough? Like they killed a giant. They're already the underdog. And then you're gonna be like,
got
have
that
some
statue.
free food too. I mean, let's give them overdog status. Why don't we?
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. Nathans don't have anything.
It's true. Other than a legacy
Hot
of
dogs.
racism and things.
Hot dogs. Oh.
There's not a lot of great historical Nathans, unfortunately. It's kind of a rough territory.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm making this podcast, to set it right.
Set the record straight. Hey, Nathans aren't racist. They do, however, love teeth.
Yeah, they love teeth.
Yeah.
And
That's
recounting
scary.
stuff
No,
that
it's
people
not.
might already know for their own amusement.
Yeah. There's got to be people that don't know. That's what you're for.
Yeah.
You know.
There's tons of people who don't know. That's why they love us.
Truly.
Yeah.
Ding.
And that's why if you want to see that mouth guard that Kelly got, or you want to see Chelsea's teeth, or you want to see some tree stumps, you're going to have to join the Patreon.
Yeah.
And we'll start slinging photos at
Bonus
you.
content.
That's right.
Bonus content.
We talk about a lot of visual stuff. in this podcast that we probably shouldn't.
Yeah, we should. We
So,
totally. I mean, I should have
join
at
us
least
over
edited
there.
out, but I don't. I don't even do that. We've just become very accustomed to attempting to describe it briefly
Mhm.
as a type of voiceover. Nate is making jerk off motions toward his
Yeah.
face to simulate eating
and
hot
so
dogs.
is Kelly. So
Oh, in
Jesse
this
looks
episode, Nate is
uncomfortable.
making jerk off motions to his face to simulate watching the Evil Dead trilogy. It's great. It's great stuff. Fives all around. Fives all around.
Yay!
On our next episode, we're going to try to figure out where began the delightful little lady who takes the kind of starched shirt guy and makes him see the fun in the world, teaching him some lessons along the way. We're gonna investigate the first Manic Pixie dream girl, a thing that is, I mean, super negative connotation now, right?
Yeah.
Where I feel like in the early 2000s, it was like this cute thing. It was like, oh, yay, Manic
Yep.
Pixie Dream Girl, right? When I believe it was founded. We'll get into that on the episode.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
We're going to
we'll
get there. But look, I just want everybody to know, we kind of already know a little bit about this, so it should be,
Yeah.
it should be, one of our top 500 episodes, So you're going to want to hang in with us. Spend a little time. Otherwise, if you like this show, please subscribe, rate, review us wherever you listen. Give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. We would love that.
Or
Tell us-
Spotify, wherever you listen.
Wherever you listen. Tell
Yeah,
us how many
but
hot dogs
especially
you've
Apple.
eaten. How about that?
And how many hot dogs you think
You
you could
could
eat
eat.
in 10 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How many
your
do you
favorite
think
brand
you
of hot dogs.
Great. You
Always
an
look for
armor
new ones.
person?
Meat
Oscar
alternatives.
Mayer?
Hebrew National. That's what we
Yeah.
sell in the movie theater.
Mm,
Yeah.
It's good.
I mean, Nathan's.
Nathan's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, they turned us down for the sponsorship, so I'm just saying. Until
You're-
they
you're
call
ready to
me,
promote
Impossible
everyone
Dog.
keep their name out of your mouth. But yeah, let us know. And hey, reach out to us. It is debutbuddies@gmail.com. Did we get something wrong? Correct us. We would love, honestly,
Oh, yeah.
I would love to spend conservatively the next 15 episodes correcting the previous 40.
Yeah.
Just tell us what we did wrong, and we will read
Yeah.
you word for word, and I will
Oh,
fix
yeah.
grammar and spelling issues so that it sounds like you knew exactly what we were talking about the whole time.
Mm.
Let's do it. Let's do that. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Take us down a
Bully
peg.
me, daddy.
Yes. Yes. Now we're getting into Debut Buddies After Dark.
Oh my
Um,
god.
we got a lot of kinks going on.
That's all. Look, it's been a minute since we got together to record. Everything is
We're all horned up
yeah,
for
yeah,
debut
yeah.
buddies.
Everybody's dogs are engorged. We're doing great. So please reach out. Tell us you want to be on the show. If you want to be a guest, reach out. Let's pitch some ideas. We'll do a thing.
Yeah.
If you love the music, because we all know the music may be the best part of this. Check out Michael J. O'Connor's stuff. Go to michaeljoconnor.bandcamp.com. He is playing music. He is in bands. He is doing tours in the Northern California area as well as other places. Go find him. Find him.
Hell yeah.
Say hello from a reasonable and respectful distance. Do not approach him otherwise. Other than at the merch table to buy a bunch of shit. And yeah. If you want to read some books, read spaceboy.com.
If you would like to hear me and Chelsea talk about horror movies, you can find us over on Never Show the Monster,
Yeah.
which is another podcast. Did I say that?
No,
It's
it's
a
just
podcast.
TV show. It's fine.
You get it where you get
Cable
podcasts.
access, local, for 2 different
Oh, that'd be
places.
so fun.
Maybe you guys should turn it into like a YouTube thing and just do like a 20-minute YouTube thing where you're like screaming at each other
Like-
about horror movies.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like old
I would.
school horror talk show hosts.
Yeah, who was the guy with the face paint and the top hat
Mm.
that hosted
Oh.
like the late night low budge horror stuff?
Mm-hmm.
We just
Mhm.
talked about that
Mhm.
guy, didn't we?
I think so.
Mm.
Well, go listen to Never Show the Monster.
Yeah, you're gonna
Maybe
wanna
find out
the
who that
answer
That's how you're going
is
to know.
over there.
Listeners, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And, we don't have any ads, so we don't get to talk about gambling and then warn you to be responsible. We don't get to talk about alcohol and then warn you to be responsible. But we have talked a lot about eating a fuckload of hot dogs tonight. And so I just want to say, on behalf of the entire Debut Buddies team, including producer Bill and our other people who do absolutely nothing because they don't exist.
Researchers.
The team of researchers that we employ. Eat responsibly. And we'll see you next time. Yoha!
Yeah.
Yoha!
Bye, buddies.
First